Powered by Royal Ranthambore.
The film Kashmir Files, whose brilliant team is here with me, at least some of the significant members of the team, Vivek Agnihotri, Pallavi Joshi, and someone I share a birthday with and I'm meeting after a long time, Anupam Kher.
I didn't know that.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And Vivek and Pallavi, so proud of this. This film, ladies and gentlemen, Kashmir Files, has just stirred things up. It's made people talk, it's gone viral. There's been no traditional marketing around the film, but everyone's talking about it. Everyone's going to see it. There are films which are made with multi-hundred crore budgets, which are not getting the audiences, but this film has. And at the same time, there is a whole group, what we call the lobby, which is deeply uncomfortable because this film really goes deep into the crevices of their own conscience, ladies and gentlemen. They are unable to deal with the raw facts presented in this film. They call it revisionist. The country calls it the year's biggest hit. Here's why.
कश्मीर छोड़कर जाने को कहा है।
हमारे लोग मर रहे हैं सर।
कश्मीर चल रहा है, खुलेआम कश्मीरी हिंदुओं का कत्ले आम हो रहा है।
The audience is in tears. There is applause nationwide. And across the world, the diaspora is celebrating. 32 years on, pain of Kashmiri Hindus making some uncomfortable. The Kashmir Files captures the brutal truth. The filmmakers have in this journey faced legal threats to on-ground disruptions. From reported attempts to block the airing and even a political attack by the Congress in Kerala.
जिस तरह का प्यार, जिस तरह का तूफान इस फिल्म से खड़ा हुआ है, जिस तरह का सैलाब लोगों का सैलाब जो इस फिल्म को देखने की जा रहा है, केरला कांग्रेस ने क्या बोला है वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है.
Kashmiri Pandit exodus happened and jihadi terrorists in the valley are responsible. A truth that even Republic TV has captured in its investigation in 2017. A truth that's even resonating in Parliament.
Was referring to Bakarwals and the SCs and people of that. Will we be giving them their rights? They were denied rights for 70 years, and removal of Article 370 is the one which gives us now the equipment to be able to serve them.
32 years after the Pandit exodus, why are some reluctant to talk about plight of Kashmiri Hindus? What about the Kashmir Files makes them nervous?
We are not refugees. We are not minorities. We are Kashmiri Pandits from Kashmir. ये ज़मीन हमारी है, इस ज़मीन पर हमारा हक.
Let's debate.
But before that, Vivek, let me start with you. What is this? Why is everyone so riled up with you? They're usually riled up with you. You're the kind of person who likes to rile people up on Twitter. But this is different. There's some raw nerve we've touched somewhere.
See, I'll tell you what, in the last 5-6 years, Arnab, the youth of India, especially the disempowered youth, suddenly started feeling empowered. They thought they have a voice. And they realized that they have been lied upon, they have been, misled, misguided, and they have been brainwashed by the professors and intellectuals and historians, filmmakers and creative people. So they have been looking for truth. What made you so successful? Because people want raw truth. They don't want this sugar-coated truth. And this film, we did not write it. Every single dialogue was written by the terrorists and the professors of universities. I have not written them. I have not written this story in Kashmir. It was written by Islamic terrorists. So I have just presented as is. In fact, Pallavi will tell you, we interviewed 700 first-generation victims.
Wow.
Whose mothers were raped, gang raped, cut.
You met them?
Of course.
You spoke to them?
Spoke for days.
Why? To absorb it?
No. Because everybody had been talking about the victims of Kashmir, nobody was talking with the victims of Kashmir. So we said we'll go and find the real pain and what is their problem, and we have as is presented it without even adding a full stop or comma.
It's almost like a first-person account in that.
Absolutely primary research, as we call it.
And then many people I saw, I mean, so it's terrible to interview someone when you only seen the reviews, Pallavi, but everybody's talking, why JNU? Why is she being made into a JNU professor? Why is JNU being dragged into it? And then he's being accused that you're putting this in some kind of a political narrative. Why JNU? Was there an attempt at putting opposites just to enhance, the narrative or to make it stronger, to put opposites, to make them clash?
See, when you speak about Kashmir, it has always been known as a conflict zone. And there is no just one theory to the story. There are multiple narratives when it comes to Kashmir. So we tried to be true to the story, and we tried to put in as many narratives as are available to show how deeply the Kashmiri Pandits have been impacted, not just by the genocide, but because the truth was hidden. Some other truths were tried to, half-truths were conveyed to people. And how the brainwashing of students has been happening in the universities who think that Azad Kashmir is probably the best thing to happen.
I was seeing the trailer, and there's that Azadi chant which goes behind, which really irritates me because I took a very strong position. Anupamji knows it. 2016, when that JNU episode happens, we talked about it, and many of these wardis who later now involved in the Delhi riots cases, they were there talking about Azadi like a right. There was an attempt to glamorize that whole Chin kilenge Azadi, this Azadi, that Azadi. But now when that slogan comes in the context of your film, I think that's what makes people uncomfortable, that you are linking what has happened in 2016 in a way, at least when I see the trailer, to the kind of events that happened in 1918. No, directly. You're saying directly.
Because we have video the evidences where when Neelkant Ganjuji was killed, the judge who gave death sentence to Maqbool Bhatt, when he was killed in front of the court, all these terrorists were dancing around him singing the song Azadi.
Yeah. So it was seen to be an achievement. People don't want to know the reality, Anupamji.
People don't want to know the truth. Because it makes their so-called truth look like a lie, which is a lie.
What is the truth?
The truth is what we have shown in the film. The truth is, we have changed the name of the university. The truth is that we heard the Azadi songs over there only. We heard the slogans of Tere Qatil Zinda hai, Afzal hum Sharminda hai. We heard everybody over there. So what is wrong in depicting that?
No, but do you think...
Where does the word Tukde gang come from? From there. So let's be honest. And today's generation, especially of the younger people generation, which is not yet hopefully influenced by the so-called PhD doctors or the students of certain universities are there for ages. They've reached retirement age. They're still the students there. And what is wrong in showing that?
Can I ask you more directly? Nobody wants to accept...
You're known to be asking directly. That's your
I'm meeting you after a long time. I love this. But people don't want to accept the fact that there has been a Hindu genocide. I think that is the fundamental point.
Truth.
No, but nobody wants to accept it. Nobody wants to... Hold it up. What is this?
I'll tell you what.
Viewers just come here.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
After the abrogation of 370, a lot of these leftist lobbies, a lot of Indians involved, they've been going to Seattle State and here, and they are getting proclamations that there is a fascist government, there is no 4G and all that. Now, Rhode Island is supposed to be the most democrat, progressive and liberal state of America.
Let me hold the mic. Yeah, you hold this up.
Okay, I'm sure you know better. You have studied in US, right? UK, sorry. But you know...
Hindu college first.
Yeah, whenever a Democrat president contests elections, he starts his campaign from here.
Yeah, tell me about this.
After seeing the film, They have said the premiere of the Kashmir Files. It's an be it hereby known to all that the Rhode Island House of Representatives, which is like their parliament, hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri, the premiere of the Kashmir Files, detailing the terrorism and extremism by memorializing the events of 1990, in which 5 lakh Kashmiri Hindus were ethnically cleansed in the Kashmir Valley by Islamic gangs and forced to live as refugees, signed by the Speaker of the House, Majority Leader of the House, Minority Leader of the House, Republican and Democrat and neutral. This is an official statement.
Well,
this is the achievement of the film.
It is the achievement of the film. So Anupam ji, are you willing to debate? Because the format of my debate, we've set this up now. I think the issue for debate today is, Anupam Kher, do we need to come to terms with the fact that in our country, in our time, there has been a Hindu genocide? And we've sort of softened the blow by simply calling it Exodus and then putting a question mark on Exodus as well. The Exodus was forced by a genocide. We don't want to talk, we always talk about the root causes of other issues. We don't want to come to the root cause here.
The problem क्या है कि जो फिल्म की सक्सेस है, इतनी बड़ी सक्सेस है कि उस पर अब प्रश्न चिन्ह उठ ही नहीं सकता है।
हिंदू जेनोसाइड पर।
हाँ, और बाकी
हिंदू नरसंहार, हिंदुओं की जो नरसंहार हुई, पंडितों की जो नरसंहार
है, और इससे बाकी जगह के हिंदुओं को लगता है कि शायद ऐसा कभी हमारे साथ तो नहीं हो सकता है। कश्मीर का जो हुआ, जिसमें सारे 5 लाख कश्मीरी हिंदुओं को भागना पड़ा, निकलना पड़ा, अपने देश में रेफ्यूजी बनने लगा, उससे बाकी हिंदुओं को महसूस होने लगा कि कहीं ऐसा हमारे साथ तो नहीं हो सकता है, क्योंकि एग्जाम्पल तो है, 32 साल तक उसके बारे में बात नहीं की है। तो जो डिबेट करना चाहते हैं, दे आर मोस्ट वेलकम टू डिबेट, बट द ट्रूथ इज, इस फिल्म ने बच्चे, बूढ़े, जवान, स्टूडेंट्स, पढ़े लिखे, अनपढ़, सब लोग इस फिल्म को देखने जा रहे हैं। हमारे पास तो इतना पैसा भी नहीं था कि हम इसके पोस्टर लगाते हैं। तो जब बिना पोस्टर लगे ये फिल्म आज इस मुकाम पे पहुंची है, ये सैलाब है, लोगों का सैलाब आ रहा है इसको देखने के लिए। है लोगों की, मेरे को जो 25-25 साल से मैसेज नहीं भेजते, वो मुझे मैसेज भेज रहे हैं। मतलब जिनको मैं लगता था कि खत्म होने गया, अभी चलो। हाँ,
you won't believe it, it's a
मैंने देखे, I saw the videos there.
मैं तो बोल
So, for the sake of the debate, they are most
No, I just want to have all sides right now.
No.
So should we go down for the debate?
जैसा पहले information
दीजिए, please. Walking करते करते आप बातें. Come on, let's move. Let's move this way. We'll walk this way. Come.
Okay. तो मैं छोटा सा, after, see, in Washington DC when we screened this film, after that at the Capitol Hill there was a congressional reception for us.
Okay.
And some Democrat people who were part of this, India is a fascist government, there is no 4G and there is no internet in Kashmir. They came and they said, now we realize this was a Kashmir genocide. The Democrat Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy said.
So was this underplayed? It's because it was underplayed. Nobody told us.
Yeah, and Mark Warner, who's a Democrat senator and chairman of Indian caucus, on record he said Pakistan comes and lobbies with us every week. To tell us that Kashmir is not a part of India.
Yeah.
But Indian government has never told us this until abrogation of 370.
Yeah.
So it was the new government's foreign diplomacy that they became aware of.
Why don't you come this way, Pallavi, please. Anupam ji, come. Ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, our debate this evening is precisely on this subject. And I will welcome all my guests in a minute. I welcome Sushil Pandit. It's great to see my friend Sushil Pandit. Does a great job. And I want to tell you, Vivek, why don't you take your seat? Take your seat there. The fact of the matter is, this has become a subject of controversy. And in this context, let me tell you, I welcome the controversy. And the subject of debate which was just put up there, is there an attempt to wipe out the horrors that happened to Kashmiri Pandits? And are people extremely uneasy, very uneasy by calling it, to call it a Hindu genocide? With me on the debate, Ahmad Ayaz is Secretary Muslim Personal Law Board, Jammu and Kashmir, Sarfaraz Wani, lawyer and political analyst, Sheikh Hamid of the Congress Party, and Shoaib Chaudhary. And Ashok Pandit, of course. Thank you all. Thank you very much. I think, Ahmad Ayaz, you should see the film. I think, Sarfaraz Wani, you should see it. You should take people with you to see the film. Sheikh Hamid. And Shoaib Chaudhary, you too. Don't you think so, Ashok? Don't you think all of them should go and see the film?
Of course.
See the film.
They have seen the reality.
Which is distorted and
to remind them of what happened, they should see the film.
Just 1 minute, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. One time, one at a time, please. We're not going to speak over each other today. Yes, Ashok.
Arnab, at the beginning, I want to really compliment and applaud the effort of our friend Vivek Agnihotri to relive our exodus, our genocide, and our biggest human tragedy of this country, in fact, of the world. It has made a lot of people uncomfortable, a lot of people restless. But I want to tell you, as a victim of terrorism, that every scene, every dialogue, every character of this film are real characters. And if you don't, if the people who say, one of the person on the show just now said that it is a lie, I request him to go and see my documentary And the World Remains Silent, which was shot in 2003, in 1993. So it has made them restless. The fact of the matter is that yes, we were killed, we were raped, we were removed from our homes, and the entire community, the entire race suffered the worst possible genocide and ethnic cleansing. Our fight against these forces who tried to scuttle our voice. Arnab, if it would have not been you, like person like you, a journalist like you, and other few journalists in the media, we would have been dead by now. It is person like you, I want to applaud your effort, Arnab, that you started an entire brigade of giving us voices. We had no voices on the media. We only saw Yasin Malik, Gilani and Shabir Shah on the conclave organized by big news channels. A Kashmiri Pandit victim was never a part of conclave. He was never called on conclave because they felt that Yasin Malik was a star,
never.
Shabir Shah was a star. And today, this film has beaten them hollow. This film has exposed them. This film has made them, they don't know where to go. And the people who are going to watch the film have connected with this film. There is honesty in this film. And if there would have not been honesty in the director or the maker or the actors, hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people would have not gone in the theaters to watch this film. It is the honesty, it is the truth, and truth always prevails.
I'll run a few clips. Clip 1. Ahmad Ayaz, first of all, are you not going to see the film? Obviously, you may not want to admit it. I think you will secretly see the film because at some level you would be guilty, feeling bad about what happened and about your own silence when the Hindu genocide happened. So I'll ask you simply. I'll run the clip first. Let's go to the first clip, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a clip where Mithun Chakrabarti says, Kashmiri Pandito ne to kabhi koi banduk nahi uthai thi. Very straight and clean point. Let's play the clip. Thank you.
कश्मीरी पंडितों ने तो कभी कोई बंदूक नहीं उठाई।
Sir, your audio will leak.
क्यों?
Just one minute,
please. पंडितों ने तो कभी कोई बंदूक नहीं उठाई।
I'd like to ask Ahmad Ayaz, please. There's a delay there, that's why there's a little bit of confusion, please. I'm getting audio in my ear. Ahmad Ayaz, let me go straight to you. Why would you not see the film?
Definitely would not like to see it because I know for certain it is all exaggerated because these Kashmiri Pandits right from their migration have been politically used and they have been exploited, and that continues even now after 32 years. And today it is through a film which is
1 minute. Ahmad Ayaz, I want to stop you right there. 1 minute, please. Just wait a minute. We'll keep it very simple. We'll keep it very simple. Ahmad Ayaz, I'm not going to be quarrelsome with you. So when I tell you to stop, just stop. Look at the word being used here, Sushil Pandit. Migration. Are they migratory birds? What does he mean, migration? What does he mean there, Sushil?
We were victims of earthquake or perhaps some kind of a flood. Or we were evicted. We were evicted because there was a dam built. Or we just lost our way, we had gone for a picnic and we forgot to return home. Is that what happened? Don't you see yourself in a mirror every day when you wake up? Don't you ask yourself this question as to what happened to your neighbors who were Hindus? Do you ever ask yourself this question? What happened to the Hindus of Kashmir Valley? What do you tell your children? What kind of a lies do you concoct? What do you write in your columns? What do you say to yourself?
That there was a migration.
That we were migratory birds like Siberian cranes who forgot to return home?
What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. You know, they won't accept the fact. So I'll ask them the question.
You may give it any
just
name
1 minute,
you want.
one minute. First you accept that there was a Hindu genocide. Let me go to Sarfaraz Wani. Sarfaraz Wani, one second. Let's look at the fault lines of this debate, okay? Let's understand where you're coming from. Sarfaraz Wani on the screen, please. Sarfaraz Wani, there was a genocide of the Hindu community in 1990. True or false? Sarfaraz Wani, was there a genocide of Hindus?
See, Arnab, the terms won't define it. Kashmiri Hindus suffered, Kashmiri Muslims suffered, and Kashmiri Hindus were made to flee Kashmir. That is something which is not a point of debate here. That is a fact. That is something which is admitted by everybody, right?
And Muslims also suffered.
Arnab.
No. Was there a?
Let me.
No, Sarfaraz, listen, Sarfaraz. Allow me to guide it. Sarfaraz, listen to me.
Yeah.
Sarfaraz, listen to me. Listen to me. This is not an ordinary political debate, okay? So let's very sensitive.
This is not a binary debate. You
just
ask me yes or
calm down.
I am saying Kashmiri Muslims suffered.
Yeah, don't teach me English binary. Don't give me all this English. Don't give me English. I'll tell you, Sarfaraz, listen. Sarfaraz, don't speak over me. I told you something. Be sensitive. Be sensitive. Thank you. Be sensitive, okay? Okay. I want to ask Anupam Kher. Anupam Kher, whenever I mention this phrase, and we don't have to have any debate if we just come to terms with the reality of what happened. Was there a Hindu genocide? Were Hindus pulled out and killed, murdered, shot at and raped? Was there a targeted genocide of the Hindu community or not? And when I ask this question, why are people being so queasy about it?
Because you are asking this question to the people who are pretending to sleep and you are trying to wake them up. How can you wake up a person who is pretending to sleep? He will never wake up because
even after 30 years?
Yeah, because it doesn't suit their agenda. It doesn't suit them. How can they actually say that yes, that they were killed, they were thrown out? कोई बात नहीं, बहुत सारी जगह ऐसा हुआ है तो लोगों ने फिर उसको अपने आप को हाँ बोल के उनको ठीक किया है. ये ठीक कर सकते हैं मुझे लगता है. They can make things better first, but they have to admit first that this is what happened. South Africa में ऐसा हुआ कि उन्होंने बाद में admit किया उन्होंने कि हाँ हमसे गलती हुई थी apartheid के बाद में.
They say in some of the reviews I'm hearing, they say, Vivek, that this film is Islamophobic. They say this film is Islamophobic.
See, phobia means you are afraid of something.
Yeah.
So the slogan was Raliv Galif Shalif, which means you convert to Islam, become a Muslim, or run, or die. And if you decide to run, then you run away without your women, so that we can marry your women, your wives, your daughters, your mothers, and convert them into Islam. So the whole genocide was a religious genocide. It was on the basis of the religion.
Yeah.
So yes, I am scared of any faith, religion, group, cult which destroys the entire culture, civilization and the people. Kashmir was 100%. See, one thing I want to say, then all people are there.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a dispute over a land, the court says who's the original title holder.
Yeah.
The original title holders of Kashmir are Hindus. Panchtantra was written over there, Kalidas was there, Panini was there. Everything which is great about India was created over there. They came in 1300. And the Araki's biography written by his son says that our Sufi soldiers used to trample those who would not convert. So by force they converted everybody. Now dispute is not there, it's a Hindu land.
Like
so from 100% Hindu population, today there is 0% Hindu population on the basis of the religion. I am really Islamophobic Islamophobic if that is what the face of
The
Islam
definition
is?
of Islamophobia is. No, I think Pallavi, again, coming back into the debate, Sheikh Amir, I hope that you, and I want to bring Pallavi into the debate at this point, I hope that you will not be like some of the other panelists from Kashmir today. Be honest, Sheikh. Tell me. Can you hear me, Sheikh? Sheikh Amir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Why is everyone on the other side gone silent? Yes. You see, Sheikh. Tell me, here is the way I look at it. Okay? There was an attempt at removing every single Hindu from Kashmir's soil. And it was backed by Pakistan. It was a fanatic agenda. The idea was to somehow remove every single Hindu from Kashmir's soil so that Kashmir would be 100% Muslim population state. And this was part of the whole agenda of secessionism based on religious fanaticism. So was there a Hindu genocide or not? Sheikh, tell me. And I want Pallavi to come into the debate with you. Was there a Hindu genocide? This film is talking about it.
Arnab, thank you very much for having me on your debate. See, you're asking me this like this, that was it a genocide? Let me tell you, first of all, we cannot deny this fact that the Kashmiri Pandits suffered and the way they were killed and they were thrown out of their homes and they had to leave this place. And it is heartening to talk about that because whenever I'm getting my voice back. So it's not about whether I accept this or deny it. Nobody can deny that. But let me tell you, the way these, if you talk about this film, Kashmir Files, from Gujarat should also talk about Gujarat Files. And if Kashmiri Pandits left Kashmir, okay, they suffered in the other parts of India as well. They suffered in Jammu, they left Kashmir. But what happened to the Kashmiris who stayed in Kashmir? What happened to the Kashmiri Muslims? Didn't they suffer? If you're telling me that Pakistan sponsored terrorism, didn't they kill Muslims? They killed Muslims as well.
No, 1 minute.
So why their plight is not shown?
Vivek wants to come in. Okay, Pallavi. Okay, Pallavi is saying something to you. 1 minute. 1 minute. Sheikh, just wait. Pallavi is saying something to you. And please note, viewers, how uncomfortable some of my panelists are getting at only one question. Viewers, I'm only going to repeat one question today. Was there a Hindu genocide? There's nothing else to ask. Pallavi. You want to respond?
I'm just saying that if you are saying
just
that...
Just a little louder so you can... You want to take the mic? You got the mic here around you?
I have,
yeah,
I have.
Thank you.
If you are saying that the Muslims are also suffering there, but who created this? आप तो आज़ाद कश्मीर के नारे लगा रहे थे. You wanted to be cut away from India. And now, I mean, if after that people of Kashmir unfortunately had to pay for it, then whose fault is it?
कौन आप ये नारे लगा रहे थे? कौन आप लगा रहे थे?
I think
out of syllabus question.
I lost the video there. Let Emma Diaz take that. Emma Diaz, you want to take Pallavi's question? You heard that?
Yeah, you see, when she herself says that people were asking for azadi and other things, then the question of genocide, the Hindu genocide does not arise. I also can say with certainty that the whole issue was not aimed against the Kashmiri Pandits, but it was a situation like that where they being in minority in Kashmir, they felt scared of, they felt threatened.
No, 1 minute.
And then
Anupam Kher is countering you with 1 point. No, 1 minute. Anupam Kher is coming in with 1 point. Anupam
Sir,
Kher,
I want to know, aapne kaha there was a situation like that. What was the situation?
Situation was...
What was the situation? You said the situation was like that.
All of a sudden in 90. The situation, I will tell you, situation was there was a militancy.
Who were the militants?
We all were also taken surprise.
But who were the militants?
Muslims were not aware of it as a whole.
By militants, of course, one is not denying the fact that unfortunately
again the issue to be seen. It is not me to identify who is what. There are government agencies.
It is important to identify. I don't know what you're saying.
You know, I'll tell you one thing, Ahmad Ayaz, one of the most important things.
No, I would like to talk here, Mr. Kher.
Is that when generations pass, years pass. Okay, you want to say something to Mr.
He's thought
Kher?
of something.
Why should I come in between? Yeah, talk to him directly.
Yes, sir.
Tell him, he's sitting here. Tell him.
No, I just wanted to tell Mr. Kher that what is his point in making a film after 32 years instead of making it in a divide and a hatred, creating hatred. Could he not see to it these Kashmiri Pandits are rehabilitated and well settled in Kashmir the way they have been living there earlier? Do you think that there could be an effort towards that instead of making further wide between Kashmiri Hindus and Kashmiri Muslims the way he has, made the film? What is the purpose of his making the film after a period of 32 years?
He asks a question.
Why made this?
Can I make one point and then I'm handing over to you. Ahmad Ayaz, you are asking a question today. Ashok Pandit, I'll bring you in. I'm coming to you after Vivek. He says, why now? Why are you making a movie now? You know, when Attenborough came to India and made a movie on Gandhi, which I think lots of it is completely flawed and fictional, then people like Ahmad Ayaz was saying fantastic. When there are films from Bollywood which glamorize Pakistan, then people like Ahmad Ayaz say fantastic. I think you're feeling uncomfortable today. I think there was a population of 1.5 lakh. That
Arnab,
population is hardly 2,000 today. There was genocide. Vivek, he's asking you why you made the movie now. No. He's asking you a direct question and you can take that. Why have you made the movie now?
I have only two observations to make.
Yeah.
That Schindler's List was made almost 45 to 50 years after the Holocaust took place, more than 50 years actually. Not even one person in this world, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, ever asked why this film was made. Nobody questioned what is shown in the film, because I think we are humans and we should have some respect for the dead and the suffered people. But I want to ask you one thing. There have been 8 huge, the biggest directors, biggest producers, biggest stars have made 7 to 8 big films which justify, normalize and intellectualize terrorism and gives a reason why terrorism took place. They were set in the same period of 1990. Not even one of the films mentioned the word Hindu. Forget everything else. For Hindu genocide तो ये तक नहीं बताया कि एक हिंदू पे भी अटैक हुआ था. जब आपके पास 8 इतनी बड़ी महान लोगों की फिल्में हैं, तो एक इतनी छोटी जिसका एक पोस्टर नहीं है, एक होर्डिंग नहीं है, एक टीवी एड नहीं है, हम 2-3-4 लोग की टीम है, हम अकेले काम कर रहे हैं, हमारे पास लोग नहीं है, तो आप इस फिल्म से इतना काहे घबरा रहे हैं? आप अपनी 8 फिल्में फेंकिए ना इस फिल्म के सामने, जनता के सामने, कहिए ये झूठ है, ये हमारा सच है, और जनता डिसाइड कर लेगी.
You know, ये देखना नहीं चाहते हैं. Shoaib Chaudhary is here, and I think Shoaib, I'll tell you one thing. I first of all congratulate you very much. Can I just go to Shoaib, please, for a minute, please? Can I just 1 second, please? Shoaib, why was a film like this not made so far?
You know, Arnab, as being a very small part of this film fraternity, I believe that every filmmaker must have a right to tell their story in the manner that he or she wants to. Right? And this film, I'm sure, is largely based on the truth. But I do also believe that the people who do not like this particular film is because it has been successful, unfortunately, in spreading lies and hatred between the two communities further. Right? Whether it was made in the last 32 years is not the question.
My dear, not a film you are supposed to make.
In Europe, you will be behind the bars for life. You will be imprisoned for lifetime if you say something like about Holocaust. It is unfortunate. India is the only democracy in the world which allows people like you to question the genocide of its own citizens.
Shoaib, tell me one thing. You tell me one thing, okay? Since you've come with a preconceived position on the subject. Ahmad, can I just bring Anupam Kher on the screen, please? Thank you. Can I just speak to one person? Ahmad, I just spoke to you. Ahmad Ayaz साहब अभी बात की ना आपसे, अब 2 मिनट में जरा अनुपम, can I do in any screen? My question is to Anupam Kher. My question is to Shoaib through you. Shoaib, tell me, have you heard about B.K. Ganju? Have you heard about engineer B.K. Ganju? Do you know who he was? Do you know who he was?
Mr. Ganju, I've heard about 89 Kashmiri Pandits.
No, don't tell me what. No, tell me then. 1 second. Okay. Here's a question to you. 1 minute. Don't be dismissive. My question to you is. Calm down. Chill. Calm down. No, I'll allow you, but I'm asking you a question. You can't turn around and say I've heard about it and so and so and so. Be quiet, please. 1 second. Tell me what do you know about B.K. Ganju? Tell me what do you know about B.K. Ganju?
Mr. Goswami, Mr. Kher, Mr. Agnihotri must realize. You need to answer me, how is the pain and agony of a Kashmiri Pandit any different from that of a victim of a Sikh riot in New Delhi? Or somebody, one of those 45,000 Muslims still living in the tents in Muzaffarnagar? Tell me that. How is the pain any different from that?
What? Just a minute. Can I? 1 minute. Shoaib, I hear you. Shoaib, I hear you. I want to go to Anupam Kher and Pallavi, and you need to be quiet for a minute. Thank you. You don't know anything about B.L. Ganju? B.K. Ganju, you have lied to me on the program. You don't know about how he was killed. I'd like Anupam Kher to tell a little bit to the viewers today about the stark reality.
नहीं, इन्होंने देखी नहीं
है फिल्म तो देखी नहीं है, इनको बीके गंजू के बारे में भी कुछ नहीं पता है. तो आप जरा इसको
नहीं, मैं क्यों बताऊं उनको? मैं क्यों बताऊं?
आप उनको मत बताइए, जितने हमारे ऑडियंस है उनको बताइए.
वो आप इनमें से जितने भी पैनलिस्ट हैं, इन्होंने ये भी कोशिश नहीं की है देखने की कि फिल्म तो देख लेते हैं, शायद हम पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट बोलें कि ये गलत था, ये गलत था, ये गलत था. तो मैं समझता इनकी बात. ये तो सोच के आए हैं कि हमें डिनाई करना है.
जरा can you just be quiet for a minute? Now if he's on the screen he will speak. Can I just not have an interruption because
देखने का इंटेंशन नहीं. आपको नहीं देखनी चाहिए. चलिए, अच्छी बात है, एटलीस्ट करोड़ों लोग देख रहे हैं, हमारे लिए वो बहुत अच्छी बात है. जिनके लिए बनी है उन अच्छी बात है. आपको नहीं देखनी है, कोई बात नहीं. जब ऐसी कोई बात होती है तो बोलते हैं कि हमें फिल्म देखने का कोई दिल नहीं है, और आप अपने आप को फिल्म फ्रेटर्निटी से बोलते हैं. आप कैसे फिल्म फ्रेटर्निटी से हो सकते हैं? If you are not wanting to see a film, then you are a blot on a film fraternity. If you are from film.
Political ideology नहीं देखनी है सर.
I think
और आपकी क्या आइडियोलॉजी है? टेररिस्ट की.
To divide people and create hatred amongst communities need not to be seen.
Can I not have everyone on the? Now 1 second please. Then we Can I not have? Can I just make a small point? Just can I just make a small point? I want Pallavi to come into the debate, and I'm making a request. If there are 5 on one side, it will not be an even debate. Can I just get Pallavi's view on it? Pallavi,
before that I want to say something.
Yes, go on, say it, please.
In this case, you are right. I am on the right side of this film. Whether you are making it right winger or I don't know, but we are right in making this film. You don't like it, it's too bad because it's making you uncomfortable.
It is just a film itself. It is just a.
You haven't seen the film. Shoaib, can you just take him off the screen for a while because it's irritating me now. Thank you very much. Pallavi.
No, I forgot the name of the film. It was Anubhav Sinha's film with Chintu ji. मुल्क. मुल्क में जो दिखाया था उन्होंने सब्जेक्ट, वो फिल्म डिवाइड नहीं करती किसी को बिकॉज इट वाज बेस्ड ऑन मुस्लिम्स. और जब हम लोग हिंदुओं पे कोई फिल्म बनाते हैं तो वो फिल्म डिवाइड करती है. ये कन्वीनियंट बहुत है सब लोगों के लिए. ऐसा क्यों है? अगर एक्सप्रेशन, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन की आप बात करते हैं तो जिस तरह से एक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू उन्होंने रखा, उसकी आज़ादी उनको थी, वैसी ही आज़ादी दूसरे फिल्म मेकर्स को आप क्यों नहीं देना चाहते? या सिलेक्टिव, या हम सिलेक्टिव हैं फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन को लेके, हम सिलेक्टिव हैं इस देश में.
ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि कोई फिल्म डायरेक्ट कर रहा है, ऐसा लगता है प्रोपेगेंडा स्प्रेड किया जा रहा है. आई डोंट फील. देखो, अनुपम खेर जी ने अभी कहा, वो तूफान की बात कर रहे थे, सैलाब.
आपने फिल्म देखी है?
आप फिल्म देखिए.
चंद्रचूड़ साहब ने कहा है अगर आपको कोई फिल्म अच्छी नहीं लगती आप मत देखिए.
एक्सीडेंटल प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी देखिए खेर साहब. आपका प्रोपेगेंडा जो भी आप मूवी, आप वी नो दैट आपका एक टास्क है, आपका एक जॉब है, और आपको एक लॉयल सोल्जर की तरह काम करना है. एंड यू हैव टू रिपोर्ट. आप नहीं करेंगे, आप काम
No, he is not. He's from the Congress.
काम नहीं करेंगे, आपका काम कैसे चलेगा? We know, ये एक it's not about हमने पहले ही आप अगर चाहते हैं कश्मीर, if we want Kashmiri Pandits to come back to Kashmir.
No, you okay?
और वो हम बोलते हैं तो किसके हम कौन हैं? आप 3-4 लोग हैं या आप अकेले के बारे में? हाँ नहीं, एक बार मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, आप अपने आप को बार-बार हम बोल रहे हैं, हम मतलब कौन? आप 3-4 लोग हैं या आप कोई और हम है?
नहीं, हम आप
कौन है हम? मैं तो अपने आप को मैं बोलता हूँ, आप हम क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
अभी पल्लवी जी ने कहा कि आपने नारे लगाए, ये आपका मतलब क्या था? ये आप कौन थे? कि हमको हमारी बात कर रही थी कि हमने नारे लगाए, कि हमने
हम आपको इज्जत दे रहे हैं, हमको घर वालों ने सिखाया तू करके बात नहीं करते हम तू करके बात नहीं करते हैं, मगर आप अपने आप को मतलब
इन्होंने कहा
शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा का एक डायलॉग होता था, मैं की औकात नहीं और हम बोल रहे हैं.
Okay, just one point. I want to move away from this. I want to move away from this. I'd like to go to Ashok Pandit for just a minute. Just a minute. Thank you. Can I get some help here? Can I just have? Thank you, Sheikh. Thank you, Sheikh. Thank you, Sheikh. I think the fundamental point is, Ashok, when it comes to other issues, people say when you show the reality, make it stark, make it raw. In this case, they are saying soften it, make it subtle, don't make it harsh. I find that very, very interesting. Ashok, quick comment from you on this. I'll come to you after that. Yeah.
It's called wholesome.
Let's get Ashok. Yeah.
Arnab,
Ashok.
इस फिल्म ने इन apologists को डरा दिया है. ये डर गए हैं. As a filmmaker and as the victim of the entire terrorism in Kashmir, I want to say just few lines. ये सच है कि यासीन मलिक ने हमको मारा. ये सच है कि हमारे घर जलाए गए. ये सच है कि प्री 80s में 90s में बड़े सिलेक्टिव किलिंग्स हुई कश्मीरी हिंदूज की. ये सच है कि लाखों की तादाद में 19 जनवरी की रात को लोग सड़कों पे निकले. कौन थे ये लोग? मैं इन लोगों से पूछना चाहता हूं, कौन थे ये लोग जो लाखों की तादाद में सड़कों पे आए और हमें वहां से निकाला? मैं खुद था उन सड़कों पे. मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है किस तरह से इन्होंने हमें धमकाया, हमें डराया. मैं अपना कैमरा लेके शूट कर रहा था, मैं कवर कर रहा था. और जिस तरीके से दहशतवादी इन लोगों ने क्रिएट की थी सड़कों पर, पूरे कश्मीर में दहशत मचा के रखी थी. कौन थे वो लोग? और आप कह रहे हैं कि आप डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. परजानिया के टाइम तो आपने नहीं कहा कि डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो गुजरात राइट्स में थी, वो आपको सूट करती है. ये एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं अर्नब, ये डर चुके हैं. इस फिल्म ने इनको हिला दिया है, इनकी पूरी फाउंडेशन को खत्म कर दिया है. दे आर फिनिश्ड एंड दे डोंट हैव आंसर्स. दैट्स व्हाई दे सेड डिवाइड. अरे फिल्म मेकर हूं, मुझे कहानी बोलने का हक है. फिल्म मेकर को मेरी व्यथा को सुनाने का हक है. वो ये अगर कह रहा है कि ये हुआ है तो ये हुआ है, उसने रिसर्च किया है. और आप अगर कहते हैं कि ये गलत है, इसमें हिंदू मुस्लिम कहां से आ गया? इसमें कौन से हिंदू मुस्लिम की बात कर रहे हैं हम तो कहानी नरेट कर रहे हैं जो सत्य घटनाओं पर आधारित है.
नहीं, और जिन्होंने I also felt it was Ashok. I also felt it was terrible. I think it was Sheikh Amir who made the point, Vivek. I think can I just come only to this panel now, only in the studio for a while? Vivek, I think it was Sheikh Amir who said, then what about 1984? Who has stopped anybody from making a very raw and real film about 1984?
No, because
I say who has stopped anyone from making a raw and real film about the emergency for that?
See, the thing is, he's an uneducated, unaware, bitter person. There are so many wonderful films are made on 84. He doesn't understand Punjabi. He thinks Punjab is not part of India. Okay, there are so many wonderful things have been written. The problem is that these people are creating a lie, and this is all shattering now. 8 biggest directors and stars of Bollywood made films. They did not even question that you are setting this film in 1990. Where are Hindus? In my film, because they have not seen, they can say all that. Now let me reveal the truth. In my film, in the most penultimate climax, which people take home, the hero says, आपने देखा है उस बात को, कहता है कि 1990 के जेनोसाइड में सिर्फ हिंदू ही नहीं मारे गए. हर मॉडरेट मुस्लिम, बुद्धिस्ट, सिख, दलित, गुजर और डोगरा जिसने भी टेररिज्म के खिलाफ आवाज उठाई उसको मार डाला गया. They haven't seen the film. They don't know the point the film is making. पूरा इंडिया, आप सोचिए, केरला में हिंदी फिल्म कोई चलती नहीं है. फ्रैंकफर्ट में 4 लोग आते नहीं है हिंदी फिल्म देखने. क्यों ये लोग आ रहे हैं? The blacks, whites. I'll send you the video. You must run it. I have got endorsements from all across the ethnicities. Why? Because the film is making a point that when humanity is absent, what happens to humanity. In Kashmir, humanity was totally absent. Today even it's absent. You must ask Pallavi before closing what she experienced with a 5-year-old girl.
Tell me about it, Pallavi.
You must, the whole India must know this.
Yeah. Pallavi?
Before that, I would just like to ask one question here. That do the panelists today who have joined us, do they accept that Yasin Malik killed 4 Air Force officers? Are they ready to accept this? Are they ready to accept?
Based on his own interview.
Sure,
yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Are they ready to accept that Bitta Karate has killed scores of Kashmiri Pandits? That's also in public domain. The interview.
You're asking this obviously rhetorically.
I'm asking this question.
You're asking the question rhetorically. I think Sarfaraz wants to respond to you, but I'll just say one thing to you. These are the same people, Pallavi, who were glamorized. Not just, they were glamorized by everyone, by politicians and by the media. They were the multi-star attendees at all the 7-star events in Lutyens, Delhi for over 25 years since the Hindu genocide in Kashmir. So you can ask the question. Let's see if Sarfaraz will reply. Since you asked the question, Sarfaraz, do you accept that, Sarfaraz?
Accept this. Are you ready to accept that Pushkara happened? Are you ready to accept that Paksibal happened? Are you ready to accept that a whole village was raped?
I asked you a very simple question.
He's not ready to accept. The answer is he's not ready to accept. You tell me one thing, closer home. 1 minute. Since you want to get into a debate, are you ready to accept that the Nandi Marg massacre happened? Or will you say that didn't happen either?
A movie on Pakribal. Will you allow?
No. Are you ready to? You're getting uncomfortable. I like this actually. I'll tell you one thing, Anupam Kher. I like this. 1 minute. Sarfaraz, I want to go to Anupam Kher, who has not spoken much. Anupam Kher, I actually think today. Just don't tell me what I am promoting. I don't need your certificate for it, and I have not sought it for a long time. I am asking you here, Anupam Kher, as a creative person. Can I just have you off the screen for a moment? Anupam Kher, can I just request? I want to speak to Anupam Kher. Anupam Kher, do you also? I relish the fact that after 32 years, this is still evoking such a response, which tells me that nobody has actually forgotten anything.
Yeah.
2 generations, 3 generations have passed. It's still deep within, and it needed a film like this to really.
Absolutely. इनके आर्ग्यूमेंट में कोई दम ही नहीं है. ये क्या बोलना चाहते हैं मुझे कोई समझ नहीं आ रहा. यासीन मलिक ने पब्लिक डोमेन में बोला है कितने हिंदुओं को मारा है. 20-25 बोला है. बिटा कराटे ने बोला है उसने. और नंदी मार्ग हुआ है, उसकी तस्वीरें हैं. तो क्या उसके जवाब में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं? नीलकंठ गंजू, वंदहामा, संग्रामपुरा हुआ. यस, क्या बोलना चाहते हैं? और आपको शायद ये गलत फहमी है कि हमें टेररिस्ट द्वारा मुस्लिम्स के मरने का या मुस्लिम को मारने का दुख नहीं है. उनको भी मारा उन्होंने. अभी रिसेंटली उन्होंने मारा है. जो भी पुलिस में बेचारा नौकरी करता है मुस्लिम का बेटा, उसको मार देते हैं. ये एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करना चाहते हैं. ये एक्सीडेंटल प्राइमर्स की बात कर रहे थे. पहली बात तो उसके लिए भी समझ होनी चाहिए, उसके लिए अकल होनी चाहिए कि उसको आई फाइंड दैट रोल वन ऑफ माई फाइनेस्ट 5 roles, बट दैट्स अ सेपरेट इशू. बट उस एक्सीडेंटल प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ यासीन मलिक की फोटो, एक्स प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया, उनकी फोटो है. एक बहुत बड़ा पब्लिशिंग हाउस उनको बुलाता है एज यूथ आइकॉन.
I tell you, this is a.
So क्या बोलना चाहती है? ये सोच के आए कि अनुपम खेर आज में आएगा just because.
Yes, not only about the Kashmiri Pandit issue. Recently, and I'll just wrap this up. I want for time. Viewers, there are people who just don't want to accept our country's history. When Uddham Singh, which was a fantastic film which was recently made, in Uddham Singh, I just want to say, why did you show Jallianwala Bagh in so much detail? Why did you have to show so much blood?
Correct.
That's what they asked. Your last point. This was said. This was right. This was given as one of the reasons why the film was not sent as India's nominee for the Oscar.
That's what they call wholesome filmmaking.
Correct.
Where you need to make even genocide palatable.
Perfect. Absolutely.
That's what they look for.
You wanted a last word, Anupam ji.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say that अब इनको ये सोच समझ के बातें करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि
हिंदुस्तान का हिंदू मुसलमान, मॉडरेट मुसलमान जागरूक हो चुका है। ये सिर्फ फिल्म देखने हिंदू लोग थोड़ा जा रहे हैं, हर जाति के लोग जा रहे हैं, हर धर्म के लोग देखने जा रहे हैं, बिकॉज दे वांट टू सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. So they should not speak like this, because then they will have to answer this whole crowd people which are going to see
well,
that.
Like I began by saying, it's pricking people's conscience somewhere, but really,
and you know, I'm feeling most empowered today because I'm making them uncomfortable.
Of course, that's
मुझे इससे ज़्यादा relax feeling कभी हुई नहीं.
Relish the fact that
मुझे इनके साथ झगड़ा भी करने का दिल नहीं कर रहा.
बिल्कुल.
और कोई कुछ प्रूव करने का भी दिल नहीं कर रहा है.
There's nothing to prove.
Because I feel ये बेचारे लोग हैं.
But this is our agenda for the weekend to watch this film. Many congratulations.
Please.
Very brave, bold, and well done. Truly well done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow same time with the latest news on Ukraine and much more. We are